I want to start this video to talk about defensive driving. Defensive driving, you in truck driving. Defensive truck driving and truck driving. Let's start by talking about a CDL license. CDL license is a professional truck driver's license. Air brake, combination brake, so on and so forth. It lets you haul a gross weight up to 80,000 pounds, and you can do that with a combination of any vehicles using air brakes. That's a definition of a CDL holder. I was with one of the best companies that I could have went with. I got my CDL with another company, but I worked with a company called Swift Transportation. That's the best company in the industry that you can get out here and haul freight for and learn. Maybe you're not going to get the best pay at first because you're an inexperienced driver, but it's a good company. I mean, or at least it was back then. No matter what people say about it. I mean, swing wide, there's a trail and all that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that was a great company. They did me right. Going into being an offensive and defensive driver, the road. If you drive trucks over the road will reward you with safety. If you're not, the road will deposit you in the trash. Basically, when I say that, I start by talking on that. When we talking deposit you in the trash, that means you're going to end up getting into an accident or worse. You got to be alert out here on this road. Got to be. No matter what the case is, you got to be alert. When you're out here, you're doing the wrong thing, and you're not paying attention, not being alert, sooner or later, something's going to happen. Either back in accident, going forward, whatever, so forth. About the rewards of truck driving. The rewards are going to these shippers anywhere in the United States and backing and pulling in, doing whatever you need to do to get that truck in a good place where you can deliver that load safely is the reward. And I'm talking about myself, for example. I started back in 2006. 10 years after that, I had got to be good, but I wasn't great like I am now. Paying attention to some of the things that I see on the road on a daily basis is essential. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to recognize and pay attention to the safety aspects of truck driving. I mean, because it's not nothing to play with. You've never been in these places before, and you might go there one time in your life and never be there again. Some of the places at 10 years, I was still afraid to go, which was New York and New Jersey, but I even learned to master that. Like I said, after a while, you get into the spot where truck driving will give you what you need to do the job. But it's all up to you as being a driver, a clean-cut, good, hygienic driver, being able to cook your own meals, anything, the road can do it for you. I'm still learning. I'm learning at the point where I'm learning to do business in trucking. As you well know, if you was an over-the-road truck driver, you was a truck driver at all, they only give you the license. They don't give you the point where they want you to learn how to do business with it. You know what I'm saying? I look at the United States. The United States is afraid to give certain people opportunities like that. As far as being able to get money, they only teach you the basics. The trucking industry has always spoiled me. I can remember times where I was in and out of it I was in and out of trucking for, a couple years there. And I mean, I would drive a couple months, then get off the road. But my point is, getting off the road and trying to live life is just it's not a thing anymore. It's just too hard. You need people to live. You got to keep people happy. All kind of things. You know, I'm more of a person where I'm a man of my own right. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to use people and trying to day to day. Oh, can I borrow 100? I give it back to you next week. I don't like that. I like to, when I drive, I like to drive. I like to, you know, get my money, spend my money, and, you know, do what I need to do, you know. But this road will be good to you. It'll spoil you rotten, and you got to be careful because you can get into that truck and never get out. I mean, you know, like a man once told me, he said, that truck it'll be like a wheelchair to you. After a while, I said, man, back then I'm in good shape now, but back then I was a young kid, you know? And I didn't understand what he was saying, like, you know, he's saying if you don't use your legs, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that seat is something nice, man, especially like, I try to get back out here and go back into work, to the labor force, and I jumped out there in construction. And man, when it was April when I jumped in it, and it was July when I jumped back out of it. 1st of July, cause it was so hot, man, I couldn't take it. Then I went into something more of like I felt like I was gonna be on the inside, but then, man, got into landscaping, and the sun once did it again. So when you get older, you know what I'm saying, the sun's something to be reckoned with. It ain't nothing but getting hotter through the years, you know. But to jump back on subject, truck driving, you know, offensive and defensive is something serious. And I'll give you an example. Back in, I say, 2009, I believe it was. I know it because I was a very inexperienced driver. I was experienced and I was inexperienced at the same time. I had the experience, but you know what I'm saying, learning things. You know what I'm saying? Tell you what happened. And this is one of the first things that I had understood. You know, it was this guy, man. I was in San Francisco, and I remember looking to my right, my left, and seen a guy pass me. And then I went, and the traffic slowed down, and I went past him. And then he went past me again, but that time I saw him, he saw me. So all of a sudden, he got in front of me again, and he got off on the exit. So I kept driving, and my mental picture took a picture of my mental picture. And all of a sudden, he got back onto the highway and came back around, and I seen him again. Then I said to myself, man, that car looked familiar. That's because I took a mental picture. All of a sudden, I got back. I went around him. We in traffic at the time. I went around him, and I got off on the exit again. I got off on my exit. When I got off on my exit, I remember him going fast, past me so fast. I'm gonna say this is a setup. This is a setup. You know, he come around me so fast. All of a sudden, we was on 4 lanes of traffic. We get in there to 4 lane of traffic, and the 4 lane of traffic die out into like a 1 lane. Once it went into 1 lane, it was like a hill. So once he went over the hill, I couldn't see him no more. So the speed was 45 miles an hour. I slowed it down to 30 miles an hour. Once I went up, because I couldn't see. Once I went over that hill, the guy was sitting stopped with his signal light on at the bottom of that hill, and I had just enough time to stop because he was at the bottom. Now, when he flew past me, I know he saw my speed at 45 miles an hour. See, that's how he's judging how fast I'm going. but he don't understand what the truck weighs or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I just had just enough. I was loaded down, I think, probably about 40,000 pounds, gross weight of 80, you know? So they give you an example of defensive and offensive driving. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, this road, like I said, give you things and take it away. It's up to you to understand what kind of driver you want to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Swift gave me so much stuff, man. You know, I kind of hated how I left him, because I left him on some, well, it wasn't dumb because I had to be there for my mother, you know what I'm saying? And I had to be home, you know. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, they wouldn't let me just go home and, you know, take care of that problem. And, you know, therefore I had to leave, you know. And my mom was ill at the time, you know. And, you know, so I went home, you know, but, I mean, that was a good company. They gave me a great trainer and everything, man. I just, you know, I look back on it, you know, not knowing what I know now, like, that was a mistake, you know. But, you know, I don't want to make it all about that company, man, but, you know, learn how to be safe out here. If you started out driving, pay attention to what's going on around you. Pay attention to the truck in front of you. Give yourself some space. Give yourself some time to react. And look, if you're going 65 miles an hour, don't get in beside a truck and cruise at the same speed. Because, look, I'm gonna let you know something. What if that truck blow a tire out and then come into your lane? What can you do? What can you do? Nothing. You cruise beside him, he got to take you out the game too. I mean, I'm just saying, like, you know, that's just an example, you know. But this is Rooster 212 Trucker signing off. I'll talk to you on next video.